How is remote working going for you? Are you finding that you're having a few pitfalls? Let's discuss a few of those so that you can get back on track and work on creating a more cohesive team working situation. Remote work is the new norm. It really is. I mean, whether you're doing a hybrid work model, after COVID, people wanting to work from home is pretty common. Or if you've got people on a project, of course, you've got remote workers. So there are a few pitfalls that I want to discuss to help you, one, become aware of what could be going wrong on your team, and two, a couple of ideas on how to fix them. So working with a remote team has its challenges. I want to address 3 specific challenges that I see and hopefully give you some ideas to smooth out your workflow and make sure that everybody is staying productive and happy on your team. Lack of communication is a big friction point. I see communication issues arising from several areas, but 2 in particular I want to address. First of all, using primarily text, email, or Slack or whatever other intra-agency communication you use. Number 1, it can be tedious to type everything out. The other thing is that tone of a message, inference and implications, all of those things can be lost in a text message or a Slack message. So in order to address this, what I recommend is that you have more video or in-person meetings with your team, because that enables you to see the people you're talking to, read any body language, hear differences of inflection so that you can catch changes in communication that you're not otherwise going to see on something like Slack or Teams. The second challenge I see that leads to a lack of communication is a lack of common understanding. Maybe you're saying, okay, as a team, we need to communicate more. And another team member says, oh no, I think we communicate just fine. That could become a point of disagreement. Instead, use active listening skills to understand better what they mean. And then also use your skills as a leader to explain how you feel things need to be different. You want to get everybody on the same page of understanding so that you can move forward. Because, for example, if you feel that there's not enough communication and a team member feels there is, then tension is going to continue to mount, which is going to be counterproductive to your team. The second point I'd like to bring up is overloading your team members. In the high-paced world that we live in, I think that's super easy to do, and particularly because we're not in the same working spaces as we used to be. So again, we're not reading people like we were. We can't tell what's going on. So I think as a counterpoint to this, it's important that you have regular check-ins with your team members, either on the phone, by video, or even in person. This is super important because, number 1, if you have a valuable team member and they're feeling overworked, you could, 1, burn them out so that they start to look for a better job. And trust me, if people are feeling burnt out, money's not the issue. They want their sanity back. Check in with them regularly. See what their workload is. Ask questions, not in an interrogative sense, but just ask casual questions to see what they're feeling like. And when you say, how are you doing? And the person says to you, oh, I'm busy. Maybe you need to change the question you're asking. Well, what are you up to today? What have you got on your plate today? What are the things that have to get done today, and how can I help you? As you're bringing more projects into your company, which is a sign of a healthy company, check in with your team. See where they're at. See if they can take on another project. What is a timeline that works for them? Is there something that they can set aside for a period in order to meet this new deadline? Working and speaking with the team members, getting a feel for where they're at, can help prevent overload in a big way and accomplish your goals. Those are some little things you can do to reduce the workload on your team members. Last but not least, don't forget the human part of being a team member. Sometimes we just can feel like the project or the work is the most important thing. But we are human beings, not human doings. That means that we need to make time for play. We need to make time for relaxation. And we need to make sure that our team is getting that kind of time, or at least you're giving them that space for that. You can't force them, but you can give them the space for that. You can have informal gatherings where you're meeting up and the company is paying for lunch. You can do a pool party. You can do something where the family's involved. Create space for play and for relaxation in your team so that when they go back to work, they're refreshed and ready to tackle the projects again. By doing this, what you're doing is you're creating a psychologically safe place for them that not only helps them to be more productive, but they see it as part of their whole life, not just a part they have to section off in order to be productive. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to our channel. And if you already subscribed to the channel, thank you. Please click that little bell so that you get notified whenever we create new content just like this. Ciao!